Welcome to Top Facts Entertainment. In this video, we bring you the top 10 hidden weapons in video games and where to find them. So, cast your frustrations away because help is on the way. But first, be sure you have subscribed to the channel and you can also hit the notification bell to stay updated on new content. Video games are the closest we can get to our fantasy adventures and superhero dreams. We believe you will agree when we say the experience is quite nerve-wracking and exhilarating, and even more so when you have just found a powerful hidden weapon. But frequently, in some quests, these secret objects are buried by game developers way too deep in the game. Too deep that it becomes frustrating to find them. Number 10. Master Sword in Zelda Breath of the Wild. The Master Sword is a rare and valuable find unlike other swords in the game. It is unbreakable. It only recharges in your inventory when exhausted. This iconic item, similar to Excalibur, is lodged in stone near the Great Deku Tree in the Korok Forest. Once you laid your eyes on it, do not act in haste to pull it out, for it will only drain your energy. To stand a chance in getting the sword, the Great Deku Tree says you will need plenty of strength. It is a puzzling moment, but we're here for you. The tree meant you will need 13 heart containers, and to achieve this much energy, you will first need to either complete 40 shrines or beat 4 divine beasts and complete 24 shrines, whichever is more achievable for you. Number 9. Windshear Sword from Skyrim. Though hidden in a challenging way, you will want to covet the massive Windshear Sword, because it can hit and stagger all enemies, great and small, even the mightiest dragons. The item is lodged into a wooden beam in the Dark Brotherhood quest Hail Sithis, on a ship named Kataraya. To find the Windshear Sword, you have to proceed into the main deck of the Kataraya. Follow the stairs leading to the bow or the front of the ship. From there, you will find a long wooden beam protruding from the bowsprit. Take the courage to carefully walk up the shaft, and when you reach the top, the windshear will be visible to you, silently waiting for its rightful wielder. When you have the 100 Schmitar sword in your hands, you're basically unstoppable. Number 8. Arendite in Witcher 3. The Arendite is a new addition to the weaponry of Witcher 3, included in the Blood and Wine expansion. It's an almighty silver sword that likes to reward skillful swordsmanship by increasing damage by 10% every time you hit an enemy with it. It will lose charges, but when the sword gets fully charged, it deals with critical damage in every swing. To own the fine blade, you will need to complete the There Can Only Be One quest by displaying 5 chivalric virtues: generosity, compassion, honor, valor, and wisdom. Have honor by completing the Till Death Do You Part quest, and don't forget to tell the quest giver that it was just a marital spat. For wisdom, go to a cave southwest of the Hermit's Lake and take the Father Knows Worst quest and reconcile the characters by saying no one dies. Have compassion by picking up the Big Game Hunter quest and be kind to every person and creature in there. For generosity, leave a tip to the messenger in Turn to Face the Strange quest. And lastly, for valor, go to a cave northwest of Beauclair Palace. Take the quest Feet as Cold as Ice, and don't forget to tell the knight to go back to Beauclair. Lots of steps, but I'm sure you'll love the challenge. Number 7. Magnopulsar in Far Cry 5. As described in the game, the Magnopulsar is a weapon that uses some kind of magnetized microwaves that, if aimed correctly, can explode organic targets. To have this special weapon, you have to help the mad scientist Larry Parker in Holland Valley. You will hear about him on your radio, so he won't really be too hard to find. The item comes as a reward from Larry's side mission called Out of This World. After completing the previous missions from the scientist, you have to talk to him again to begin the final phase. He will need you to go to the Hillgard Electric Power Station, and you'll need to travel fast. Flip up the first breaker, dispatch the coming Peggies if they show up. Then, flip the last breaker. Watch out for the sequence in all 6 breakers. After that, you can go back to Larry to claim the Magnopulsar. And since the mad scientist is generous, he will even give you his pants. Well, that's a bonus. Number 6. Colt Peacekeeper Revolver in Battlefield 1. At first, you may wonder why many Battlefield players are much interested in the Peacekeeper, because it has rather slow reload speed that can't even be cancelled once launched. But after witnessing how damaging its firepower is, you will understand why this item is a sought-after weapon. So, if you also want to get a hold of it, then you have to complete the multi-part Easter egg Masterman. You have to get through all 7 stages of decoding Morse code, solving puzzles scattered throughout chateaus, and finding hidden areas around several maps. It also helps if you equip your character with a few dog tags like The Omen, Angel Sighting, and Escalation. Well, taking the Peacekeeper really comes with a tedious process. Number 5. Chain Chomp in Bayonetta 2. The Chain Chomp looks exactly like the metal ball-like dog with chains from the Mario series. When the Chomp is strapped to Bayonetta's leg, she may swing the weapon towards enemies and let the metal ball sink its teeth into them. The Chain Chomp's manner of attack, mainly wide swings, high stagger rate, and high pushback rate, deals massive damage to foes. As such, many players consider this item a must-have. To obtain the Chain Chomp, you have to complete all the main chapters on the 3rd climax difficulty. After doing that, you will be rewarded with the Angelic Hymns Gold LP Super Mario 64, featuring the main theme of Super Mario 64. You will then have to bring the reward to Rodin, and he will summon the Chain Chomp just for you. Number 4. Le Fusil Terrible in Fallout 4. Le Fusil Terrible literally means the terrible rifle. It is a unique combat shotgun sporting the violent effect, which deals an extra 25 damage or limb damage to enemies at a cost of higher recoil. To find this gun, go to the massive floating raider encampment Libertalia, then head on to the captain's cabin at the top of the compound. From there, you will see the item on top of a lootable wooden crate. This crate is located immediately across the room from the door beside the burning lantern. You would really love to acquire the terrible rifle because it is basically a standard receiver with long ported and shielded barrel full stock with combat damage of 62. That's intense firearms. Number 3. Experimental MIRV in Fallout 3. Yes, another hidden weapon from the Fallout series. Perhaps its game developers really love to make players sniffing around. This variant of the M42 launcher can fire 8 mini-nukes at once, making it the ultimate overkill in the game. This unique Fatman can be found in the bomb shelter area in the National Guard depot. It has the most impressive damage among all the weapons in the game, as it acts like the shotgun version of the Fatman. To obtain the MRIV, the player must first complete the unmarked quest Keller Family Refugee. This challenge will help you gain access to the secure station of the depot housing the weapon. In this quest, you will also stumble across a Keller family transcript, which will provide you with subtle hints and clues so you can find your coveted item easier. Number 2. Scarab Gun in Halo 2. The Scarab Gun is probably one of the most challenging weapons to obtain in the world of video games. It is a plasma rifle with a firepower of a similar impact as a Type 47A Scarab's focus cannon. It also has unlimited ammo, continuous rapid fire, plus it never overheats. With those, I hope you know why this weapon is hidden and why everyone wants to find it. So, here's the shortened version of the steps for you. Proceed to the bridge, commander a ghost, lure a banshee to the tunnel until it can be boarded. That is when you see the loading message, and before loading gets done, be sure to mount the banshee. Fly with the creature high up and off the suspension bridges. You will then see the Scarab Gun hovering on a cone. Just a heads up, it's easier said than done. Obtaining the Scarab Gun really takes patience and an undaunted spirit. So even if you fail many times, just push it and you'll get through it. Number 1. Unlabored Flawlessness in Ninja Gaiden. Contrary to how it's called, the unlabored flawlessness will definitely make you labor to own it. If the Scarab Gun makes you frustrated over trying all over again, this sword might make you hate yourself. The blade appears first as a training wood. As such, it has low strengths. It can be bought from Muramasa at any point. To see it in flying colors and blasted power, you have to keep upgrading the wooden sword until it reaches the 7th upgrade. After that, it will generously deal more power the lower your health gets, and the damage is increased by 200% whenever you have the least amount of health. So that's the trickiest of the unlabored flawlessness. It is basically hidden in itself, and some players ignore it because they think it's just a level 1 wooden weapon. Perhaps Ninja Gaiden hid the unlabored flawlessness in itself to teach us that there's true power underneath the plain self. If you liked this video, you could always leave a thumbs up. And for more exciting content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be the first one to know of the newest releases. See you next time.